Hi everybody, welcome back to McRae's Window Cleaning. This is our continued series of surviving COVID-19, and I've got something quite special for you this time. I've got an interview with two YouTube influencers from the UK. Back in a minute. So of course, in this age of dealing with COVID-19, we've all become quite familiar with video conferencing, particularly using Skype and Zoom. So I thought, wouldn't it be great to do a Zoom interview with two legends of the window cleaning industry? So who am I going to talk to? Well, there's this man, Mr. Tradman, and then there's this man, Squeaky Clean Dave. So we're going to talk to David and Peter about a whole range of things, tips on starting in the window cleaning industry, challenges we've faced, how to deal with getting paid, what we enjoy about the industry, advertising, and even building a YouTube presence. That's all that's going to be in these 4 videos that I've got for you over the next week or two. So I hope you can sit back and really enjoy the insights that we share together based on the over 40 years combined experience in the window cleaning industry that we've had. So in part 1, what do we enjoy about window cleaning? And secondly, some of the challenges that we face in the industry. Sit back and enjoy.
I guess I've got to ask you this question. What do you both enjoy about window cleaning that's kept you at it? Because lots of people trial it and then walk away. What do you enjoy about it, Peter?
Probably I would say the freedom of it. It's less stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a few jobs before that you always felt kind of under the thumb, under pressure. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is still a degree of pressure. You know, you've got to try and run a fairly professional business and keep a good time schedule, and it's not nearly so stressful as I would say working for someone who's cracking the whip and you never do good enough kind of thing. I've had a few jobs like that. So I say, yeah, the freedom that you've got, and if you want to finish a bit earlier, you want to go and hang out with your family, you can. You know.
That's right.
You know, so I think that's probably the biggest attraction for most people, is the freedom it gives you. You work for yourself and you're your own boss. It's the best bit. And earning a cracking good wage.
It is, it's good. Yeah. What about you, Dave?
Exactly the same as Pete. Those were the two things I thought about, the flexibility. I came from a stressful job with long hours to doing something because of my circumstances I wanted to change, so I got more time to do things that I needed to do. That's why I started the window cleaning, because of the flexibility, and then found out what a well-paid job it was.
Sometimes I think it's obscenely well paid for the lack of training and education that you go through, but I think it's you've almost got to convince yourself that you're worth it, because you think, compared to some of the years that people have spent studying, and yet they're not. A lawyer friend of mine went through for 6 or 7 years studying law after he got out of printing. And when he finished, he was still only earning, to start with, as a junior in his 50s, at $23 Australian an hour.
All right.
So that's pretty bad for something that's so prestigious. So
I was a qualified bricklayer. Then I went and did civil engineering and ended up running civil engineering jobs. You know, so I did a fair bit of college and university, and I'm probably on the same money now as I was then, but pro rata, but a lot less stress.
More flexibility. Yes. So in your experience, both of you as window cleaners, what's been the most challenging part of it?
As in with the lockdown, or with
Dealing with the lockdown, but then overall the most challenging part to running a window cleaning business.
Pete, what do you think?
Oh, I was going to let my age before beauty go first, you know. The most difficult thing, I would say getting going is the hardest part, to be honest, you know, because once the ball starts rolling, your name gets out there and you get known for doing a good job, then the work does start to come in. I think the hardest part is just getting going. That first year or two is tough, especially if you haven't got work off of people, if you're literally starting from scratch, which personally that's what I did. I literally started with nothing. I just started, I think it was like less than £100 I spent on my first traditional kit. I just went around with little leaflets from Vistaprint and banged on thousands of doors and can I wash your windows?
Yeah.
You know, it took a long time to build it up. You know, and even now it's 5 years or 5.5 years on and I'm still trying to build it. So, I mean, it doesn't really stop. You keep refining it. But yeah, I think that first few years is the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite good for me because I started with myself and my wife started together. It was quite nice because while I was cleaning properties, she would canvass the houses in the same area and then we'd do them straight away. That was quite good working together like that. We worked together full time for 3 years, so that was nice. And then we actually got a second van and she'd be off in one van and I'd be off in the other.
Wow.
So we did start off when we started. We'd been canvassing before we started. Started canvassing about a month before we started, and I think we'd got 50 customers before we'd cleaned a single window. So that was quite good. I think I've been doing. At the time, we've been cleaning 13 years now, coming up to 13 years. Yeah. So at the start, I think he was explaining to people about the water-fed pole. A lot of people still didn't understand it in those days, but now it's a lot easier. Everybody expects it nowadays.
It's interesting because we're at the point in Australia where we're trying to explain water-fed pole and residential clients, not so much commercial. I've had water fed since 2012, but even then you still have to read my blog on my website about what pure water is. Okay, all right, and they start to come around, but it's certainly, I see some window cleaners and they've got some pretty basic water fed systems rolling around in the back of their utility. It's not nearly well set up like you have, Dave, in your van, and you know the stuff that you can get in England from Window Cleaners Warehouse. The suppliers here are trying to get us going in it, but it's still, we're a few years behind the success rates as you are in the UK.
I think America is very similar. There's a lot of places in America where they struggle to, you know, it's still relatively new to a lot of, especially residential clients over there. So they do have to try and sort of teach them how it works and convince them that it will do a good job. But yeah, here in the UK, it's been around for a long, long time. But I mean, you still come across people that don't know what it is. I mean, this client I'm actually doing today, I think, well, she's definitely American. I'm not quite sure where he's from, but I said to them, I'm about to use the pure water system. Have you seen it before? And both of them said, nope, I don't know what it is, how it works. So again, I had to verbally explain that it was all professional stuff, how it works. You know, you don't need to touch your windows. And I had to reaffirm that at least 2-3 times, because the guy said, oh, so you don't need to squeegee it off then? And I'm like, no, you don't need to touch it. It'll be all great. It's just how it works. It takes the minerals out, blah, blah, blah. You know, if you want to check it out, just Google it. You'll get all the information on there. You know, so they were like, after they saw the stuff, and I think that's a good thing if you're trying to convince somebody how something works. Show them your gear, you know, and then a lot of the time, actually, they'll be like, oh, no, it's okay. I don't have time for that. It's all right, you know, 'cause they'll just believe you, you know. But if you just try and verbally convince them, sometimes it's not quite enough. You get the feeling they still don't trust you, but if you're like, hey, come and check my stuff that I've spent a 4-figure sum on, you know, then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll let you get on, you know.
So wasn't that interesting? what we enjoy about it, some of the challenges, how we work through that. So in part 2, we're going to discuss tips on getting started in the industry. And also, how do we deal with getting paid? What suggestions about making sure we don't lose money to serial non-payers in the window cleaning industry. So we've got some great insights to share with you there. So I hope you've really enjoyed this part 1 and look forward to sharing part 2 with you in a few days. But if you've enjoyed that, please subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to comment or you'd like to interact with us, please send me a direct message. Right there is my Instagram and Facebook handle @McRae's Window Cleaning. Love to hear from you. And I'm sure that as we build this community, we'll all benefit from the information that we share with everybody. So we'll see you next time here at McRae's Window Cleaning. In the meantime, be safe, be calm, and do the best you can to enjoy life. See you soon.